Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie. Today I'm going to share with you my January TBR, and let's take advantage of the fact that there's not a bunch of clouds outside, so that I actually have some decent lightning. Did I say lightning? Lighting. So I'm still going to do my TBR game. I like doing it, and my TBR game is so flexible that I have no issues with doing that. But for this video I will go through all the rules and things and some of the changes that I made. There's two, so it's not like a ton. But yeah, if you have never played this game, and I'm gonna go get that. So the game I'm playing is called Labyrinth, and it's a maze game. I love it. But if you've never played it or seen it, my rules are not the easiest to understand. But I'm the one who plays it. I'm the one who needs to understand it. So not fall down. So as for January, it's my birthday month. I'm not really doing anything special for my birthday. But for this game, I am participating in the Whodunnit Readathon. I'm gonna link everything relevant down below, and yeah, let's see what we can do here. But let's first go tilt you down so that I can start by showing you all my prompt cards. So I have two different piles of cards here. One is the normal cards, in which when I get this particular card will give me an actual prompt. In this case it's sci-fi, the scarab. And then this pile is that I need to roll a die to get a prompt. So we will start with the normal prompts. So these are the first prompts. We have scarab, which is sci-fi, the treasure chest, which is a favorite, so BookTube favorite or a very famous classic, like let's say Agatha Christie, and the money bag is a book that has recently been purchased or acquired by me. The next three are the dragon for fantasy, the candlestick for pile of shame, so either a book that has been on my currently reading for like ages, or a book that I put on a TBR and then never got around to, and the skull is something that's a veteran on my shelves. Then we have the Djinn, which is a book not inspired by Western culture. The book, which stands for big book, and I have made a change in which that big book is now defined as over 400 pages, since last year in 2022 I just read 5 books that were over 400 pages, and 2 of them were over 5. And then we have the emerald, which stands for a book that when I got it I was really excited for it, and then I never got around to it. The spider is a sequel. The rat is a book that has been translated to either English or Swedish, because those are the languages that I read. I can't read a book that has been translated from Swedish to English and count it that way. It has to be, well, it has to be translated. Yeah, it has to be translated. But it also can't be translated from English to Swedish. That's also not counted for this one. And then the troll is a book in Swedish. That can be translated, by the way. The next 3 here, we have the sword, that's for middle grade. The salamander is a book that I've not heard about on BookTube, or I haven't really heard anyone talk about it, maybe just one person. And preferably no one else at all. And then the ghost is a classic. The bat is a paranormal book. The keys are a mystery. And the crown stands for graphic novel, comic, or manga. And the last prompt, the golden ring, I love this prompt. This stands for a book subscription box book. Book from a subscription box. There we go. And now we have the 5 die rolls. I will first talk about these 3. These are the genre die ones. The first one is the owl. the fairy and the knight, or the knight helmet. For these I rolled the D4, that was not the D8 or the D12. And for these there are different kinds of genres. So the D4 is the one that's the broadest. In this case it's just the categories fantasy, science fiction, non-fiction, and then other, so anything else for number 4. And for the D8 it's a bit more specific, but it doesn't really have anything too specific. And then we have the knight helmet. This is where we get more specific, like some random, well, not really random, but like they feel random when I'm trying to find a book. But this one is way more, yeah, it's more specific, but yeah, it's not too difficult to find things, but yeah, that's the plan with them. And the last two here are the map and the math. The map is where I roll the d6, and for this one the number corresponds to a continent, and I need to then read a continent that either takes place on that continent, in a country in that continent, or is written by an author from that continent. I do not like to get South America. I can say that already. Holy crap, that's hard. At least considering the fact that I don't read Spanish or Portuguese. I know that if I had been able to, I would have found so much, especially magical realism, but I don't, and things that are not contemporary is, yeah, it's hard. And then the math, or I think it's hard. And then we have the math, which is the D20, and this one has a bunch of random things on it, and also some that are repeats from other things, like for instance a book from a subscription box. Now, when it comes to the rule, when it is the books, I am allowed to combine the card however I want, except for one thing, and that is that if a die roll gets the same prompt as a card prompt, so fantasy and fantasy, I am not allowed to combine these cards to find one book with fantasy. I would then have to separate them and have 2 books with fantasy. For me in this example that's not too hard, but that's basically the condition on that. Then I have the percentile die, or the D10s, and these I roll at the beginning when I'm supposed. This prompt I'm allowed to combine however I want, because this one is just to help me, try to fulfill this goal. And so it has a sheet with 100 prompts, a lot of them are repeating. So if I get, for instance, 12, everything that ends with a 2 is that I need to read a sequel. Where is it? There it is. So anything that ends with a 2 is a sequel. So one of the books that I pick have to be a sequel in that case. And then something that's new for this year, and that I will start with actually, is that I will roll the D4 to decide which one of these I'm gonna play with. Because green is my favorite color, and every single time my opponent has been yellow in that corner. Now, I like being green, it's my favorite color, but I've decided that this time I'm gonna randomize with the die which one I will start as, and then automatically the opposite color in the opposite corner will be my opponent. So let's just do like this. This is how it is on the board. I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So I'm going to play as blue this time with red as my opponent. So here is the board. I'm going to start as blue. The way this game works is that there is one extra tile, and for every place where these yellow arrows are, you can push the row along. And that's how you move your character. You have to move the board before you move your character. And when it comes to the prompt, my goal is to collect 3 cards. If I fail, I will get my TBR. The next time I will get... Oh right, this is another rule change. If I fail my TBR, I will get a card immediately. It will just be part of the prompt. I will still hunt down 3 prompts. My opponent is after 9. Before, my punishment was that I would have to hunt down 4, but I like to see how I can combine the prompts, but I still want as few prompts as possible because I am a mood reader and I am allowed to change however I want, but still. So, 3 prompts for me. A paranormal book. Oh wait, you're supposed to see them. Paranormal book. Not heard about on BookTube. And a mystery. Then we have red. This feels so warm. A veteran, a classic, the candlestick, so a book from a pound of shame. Roll the D12, a middle grade, big book, so over 400 pages, a sequel, a book subscription box. Books from a box book. Holy crap, that word. And roll the D. 20. I'm just gonna move these a little bit higher up. So I will store these cards in case I need them. Because as long as I'm looking for cards, if I go past any of the homes, I need to add another prompt directly from this pile. But on the way home, that doesn't matter, then my goal is just to find the cards. I'm always the one that starts the game. So, my cards is there, there, and there. This was not... What the frick? Okay, I am not happy. And I'm so not used to this. I mean, if I could have moved, if I had been here, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's just do like this. And the go. I'm actually gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. Okay. No, red. Red. I feel like the only thing I can do is this. Oh, and I'm not being nice to myself. It's just that I saw that I had a bunch of opportunities. Let's see here. Yeah, red, or my opponent is only allowed to collect 2 cards per round. Well, 1 card and then can move to another space. And then next round that card will automatically be collected and then I can go after another one. Yeah, I'm the one that needs to understand the rules. Let's see here. I can go... What? I was certain that I could get something. Okay, oh yeah. Yeah, I can. Whew. I was a bit like, what the frick? The night helmet. There we go. Holy. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna move like that. And then to this one. Oh, nice. Yay! And now I need to get home. So, actually, I'm gonna go there. I did pause that, but since I'm finished, that's fine. Okay, we have yellow. I can get that one. So that's what I'm going to do. This is middle grade. And then I'm moving to that one. Okay, now I need to get to and there. Okay, no, if I move that way, I can't get anything if I continue that way. So I will push here and get to there. That gives me veteran. Let's see here, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Do I want to stay? Actually, I'm gonna go to the rat. I'm gonna move that way and go to that one. And now no, I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stay there. Okay. No, there. Okay, now for I can get the big book, of course, but I do need to move it first. So let's just move that way. Big book, and I don't know, there. Doesn't really matter because now Blue gets home and the game is finished. Let's go through the prompts. So these are the prompts that I got this time. We have big book, over 400 pages. A book that's a veteran on my shelf. A middle grade. Book not heard about on BookTube. A mystery. A paranormal book. And roll the D12. So let's roll the D12. 4. Now I will just double check. 4 is a non-human main character. That was unfortunate. Okay, fine. And then I need to roll the D10s to get the goal to focus on. 25. What's number 25? Okay, 25 is that I need to get 10 trophies or achievements in a games. I don't mind that. I have gotten stuck on Traveler's Rest actually, so that's great. Now we just need to plan a TBR. So for the record, as always, that was a shit show. I mean, is anyone surprised? But I have managed to. I really tried so hard not to get new things started this time. So we'll see. I might change things up. So let's start with mystery. For this I will read or continue to read Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie. It's a Poirot novel. I don't really think I need to say anything else. And I think I recognize this one. And I'm enjoying listening to it. And then for middle grade, I could pick up something else as well. I might still do something else. But I'm reading an arc, The Islands of Iros. Don't remember the author right now, but it's an author from Peru. And I'm really enjoying it so far. We are following 3 kids who, after an awful event in which one of these people's brother were the Crimson Raiders, to help protect the island. And something with eating a finger. Very interesting concept. I'm about a third through it. I am really enjoying it and I'm looking forward to continuing it. And these two are the two that I'm currently reading, so I'm actually pretty happy that I could fit them in, even if they only fulfilled one card each. Another one that only fulfills one card is Non-Human Main. For that that time I got reincarnated as a slime, volume 20. Created by Fuse and art by Taki Kawakami. I love this series. We are following a slime who used to be a normal human in our world, but yeah, shit happens. And he died after saving a colleague, and he basically gets this gamer presence in his head asking him what he wants, and then he gets reincarnated to this world and accidentally creates a monster nation. And as this series has gone on, it has been more and more political, and I'm absolutely adoring it. So yeah, I'm actually surprised I haven't tried the light novels yet, because I will get them as well. But yeah, really look forward to this one. Then, very tentatively, I have for paranormal and over 400 pages, The Midnight Front by David Mack. This is a subscription box book, and it's almost 500 pages. Yeah, this is following someone who, after the execution of his family, joins the Midnight Front to learn magic, and this takes place during the Second World War. I don't know, I got this with Page Habit, so I have these stickers here. And yeah, we'll see what I think about this one and if I get to it, because I am free to change books, but I do need to finish 6 books book from subscription boxes. I hate that sentence. This year, so if nothing else I would finish one. And then lastly, Veteran on my shelf, which that one would also have been counted for, and something not heard about on BookTube. For that we have The Princess Beard by Delilah S. Dawson and Kevin Hearn. This is the 3rd and final book in the Tales of Pell trilogy, and this follows the princess who we kinda meet in book 1. I don't really want to know more, but I do know that this takes place on a pirate ship. And I'm hoping that I think this will be a fun read. The other two has been. The first one, however, I was expecting something completely different, because the title is Kill the Farm Boy. And I can just say that I love the covers for these. So those are the books for my Labyrinth TBR game. Let's go through the Whodunnit Readathon. Now, I decided to play as Miss Scarlet for this readathon, because Miss Scarlet does not have to do the final challenge. Thank you very much. So let's talk about what I have picked for this readathon. Now, for this readathon, you are supposed to collect cards so that you can figure out who is the killer. And you have 9 different prompts you need to fulfill of these. One book can cover 3, but not in the same category. So we have suspect, murder weapon, and where the murder took place. So it can cross through all those 3, but it can't cross like 2 characters, for instance. So let's start with the book Murder on the Links by Agatha Christie. For this I have Mr. Green, because it has a green cover, and the body was found in a shallow grave on a golf course on a green. That was hilarious for my brain. And then it's also for the knife, because the body was stabbed. And then for the billiard room as well, because it's game related. Body was found on a golf course. So there's that one. Then we have, oh, there we go. Then we have The Princess Beard by Delilah S. Dawson and Kevin Hearn. For this we have Professor Plum. This cover is very purple. We also have it for the dining room, because it has food on the cover. That's a cupcake. And then Revolver, I decided to, it has a cannon on the cover, like a bigger version of a revolver. I'm counting it. So there's that one. And then we have the last one, and for that I have The Woman Who Rides Like a Man by Tamora Pierce. For this I have Miss Scarlet, because the main character has red hair, and so does Miss Scarlet, and also the name. At least I think she has red hair. And then we have The Candlestick, a source of light on the cover, and lightning from her sword. And then we have Library. I got this one from the library. And this is the third book in the Song of the Lioness quartet. And honestly, if you just read the 2 books before this one, it's like, it's a good duology. Like, yes, the story continues, you notice that, but it gives a pretty good ending. But I would like to actually finish it, and they are pretty short. So we'll see. So this is the book that gets added. Then we have the Whodunnit Readathon, and that is the year-long Sims Readathon. And in January, I think that I would have no issues with finishing the baby prompts. To fulfill the baby. Oh wow! I need to fulfill 3 needs, and the prompts that I'm going with is for the book The Islands of Iros. It will fulfill a BIPOC author and a middle grade fantasy. And then for environment, we have The Princess Beard. And the prompt for energy is bird on the cover. And here we have a flamingo. And then G was kind enough to have this year-long thing in which you get 1 prompt a month, except for the exams month. And I'm talking about the Magical Readathon, by the way. And for January, you can pick either if you want to finish a series or start a series. I should not be starting things, but I do have both on this TBR, and you could also argue that being up to date with a series would probably finish it, so I could go with that one, which is the manga. Wow. Can you tell that I was up late? But yeah, that's the plan so far. I can continue. I have some thoughts about the next stage when it comes to the Sims Readathon. The toddler stage, I have at least 1 book that I know I can fit in for that. But these are the 4 physical books and the 1 ebook and the audiobook that I'm trying to figure out. And I will probably also see if I would love to see if I could join the first law along, because I have the blade itself, and I do have access for that on Storytel, so I could listen to it, but the audiobook is 20 hours. Like, now I do speed it up, but holy crap, that's a lot of time. So we'll see. I mean, I could read it. We have for each book is 2 months, so I should be able to, but I need to finish 20 of those. Yeah, I love my goals. But what are you reading for January? Are you taking part in any of these smaller things like the Whodunnit-athon, the Sims Readathon, or the Aurelian one, the Aurelian Adventure, I think she called it? Please tell me down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!